Hello, Libra. Welcome to your weekly reading for November 9th to the 16th. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra Nation. Let's jump right in. There, as you can see, very few aspects, right, for a loaded month. But don't let that fool you. It's a sneaky week in more ways than one, which I'll explain later. And even though it's a deceptively quiet week, you know that sometimes the quiet is loud. Now, not only are some of the mightiest aspects of November this week, I gave you a little reference for what happened last week. Oh my goodness, there's so much happening. You had Mars move out of his domicile, joining Mercury in fiery Sagittarius. It's getting hot in here because this is you're an air side. This is gonna you're gonna feel this, all right? But it's in your third house. And the third house is communication. And this is a week with you're gonna have a lot of things to say, is all I'm saying. All right. Now, this is gonna be very interesting for you because you're gonna feel charged up with Mars in Sagittarius the first time in 2 years, right? For 2 months. Very optimistic. You're ready to take on the world. You're ready to expand your horizons. Feeling very adventurous, especially with communication, but also travel. Also, just learning new things and even maybe teaching. Maybe you're launching a business. Maybe you're starting a business. There's something here. All right. Writing projects. Really big area. Okay. You see that Venus also moved out of her domicile, your sign. Yeah. She moved into Scorpio. And so this is going to be really special. I got to make something really clear here. Venus and Scorpio. I know I talked about it in your monthly forecast, but this is Venus, our hottest planet, in the watery depths of Scorpio. She has an intensity, right? That's now smoldering. And Venus and Scorpio can be a little obsessive. It can be a little scandalous too. A little bit goth. You see her goth side. And I say that because Scorpio's a bit too like dark and psychological for a planet that just wants to be social and love and have brunch and do air kisses. So, what's happening here this week for you and for the rest of the month? Well, you're going to be embracing your shadow side, especially when it comes to love and relationships and money. Secondly, Scorpio rules your second house of money. This is a week of money. You've got Venus, the planet of money, in your house of money. So it's going to be a big theme, but pay attention to that shadow side, okay? Confronting those parts of you that sometimes you don't want other people to see, those parts of you you don't feel confident about. You want to start embracing it, okay? You want to start making sure that you have good control over it. But that's the thing. You've got your ruling planet Venus in Scorpio. All right. So you are going to feel a little bit like, I don't know, Megan Fox in that werewolf movie. Now, the other thing is it's still Scorpio energy, right? So it's like that. I got to have it. I'm going to get it. That type of feel. Okay. When it comes to love and money and your values and pleasures and intimacy, but it is still Scorpio season. So truths will come to the surface. Okay. You're like a Hardy Boys novel. Now, Uranus also just moved back into Taurus. So this is what makes it very interesting. This is the last in our lifetime, right? You're wrapping up a 7-year story. You went through so much change, Libra. It's unbelievable that you've had Uranus in Taurus that rules your 8th house, which is Scorpio's home. So you see what's happening this week. There's a big intensity this week for you. And I want you to think about what truly brings you a modern comfort, okay? Changes that you've made in the past 7 years. What were your radical breakthroughs or the breakdowns that you experienced for your breakthroughs? It's your 8th house. 8th house is deep. It's intense. It's intimacy. It's wealth building. It's your legacy. It's building relationships as well. It's your personal transformation. 8th house is death and rebirth. So you went through very many like little rebirths, for the past 7 years. So now it's all about asking yourself, how do you want to close the curtains on this final stage of Uranus's transit through Taurus? He's going to go direct in 2026, by the way. So remember, this is retrograde. You're going within to think about all the changes while you're exploring your shadow side, while you have half the solar system retrograde, all about going within. And if you saw your monthly forecast, you know when I said Uranus, when he moves, he moves. Okay. And especially in Taurus. Uranus doesn't like being in Taurus. Yeah, Taurus is too slow for Uranus. So that's why you're still going to feel a little bit of its rumbles in your eighth, right? So transformation, money, inheritance, investments, taxes, loans, joint bank accounts, sex is the eighth house. So keep that in mind. That's gonna be a thing. Remember, with the rumble, it's Uranus. He brings surprises, the unexpected, the unpredictable, and some disruptions. Now, the other thing is, it's going to feel like the early 2025s all over again, because all the outer planets, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, are back where they were when this odd year began, bringing back themes that were prominent for you earlier this year. Not all of them, but, you know, a lot of work stuff, okay? A lot of work stuff, a lot of career stuff, but either way, this week, it's special. You've got a lot to say. You're going to have a lot of conversations. You're going to be very busy. You're going to be very social, especially the first few days when the moon is in Leo. But here's the thing. The reason why this week is very unique is because you're in the crosshairs of last week's supermoon that was really potent in Taurus, the full moon. And I do drop these forecasts a few days before the actual week. So if you're watching it before this week begins, you're still feeling it. And then you're also between the new moon in Scorpio next week. And you're already feeling that because you've got Venus in Scorpio. And we're in Scorpio season. So there's this buildup. You see? Yeah. You see what's happening at the week, on Sunday? We'll get to that. But this Taurus Scorpio axis is all about relationships and money. And you've got Venus, a planet of money, in your second house. You got Uranus and Taurus in your eighth house of money, wealth building. So you see how, and both of them have to do with relationships. So you see how this is a big, big, big week for you when it comes to those themes and life lessons in those themes. And it may be a little bit confusing because Sunday, November 9th, you got Mercury stationing retrograde in Sagittarius, 6 degrees. So Mercury will be retrograde most of the month. And the reason why this is, let's say you're gonna work with this, is because Mercury's retrograde in his home of the third house. He rules the third house of communication. And as I said in your monthly forecast, Mercury doesn't do well in Sagittarius. Okay, so you may really feel this Mercury retrograde in a way where it's just, some things just don't make sense. Conversations you need to have, there's some delays, right? It's Mercury retrograde, tech issues, right? May be possible travel delays, etc. But the disruptions, Mercury retrograde brings disruptions. You heard what I said about Uranus, right? With his rumble and him bringing disruptions as well, that overlapping. And here's the thing. Uranus happens to be the higher octave of Mercury. So it's like little brother, big brother, bringing, double the disruptions. So remember, that's all just possible, okay? Stalled communication, etc. during Scorpio season, where there's a bit of a sting if things aren't flowing, right? You could have it's in your third. You're going to have things to say. And you see what's happening middle week. We'll talk about that. You're going to feel it all week, but here's the thing. How do you get through this Mercury retrograde? You merge the two, right? The physical mind and the higher mind. Mercury's the physical mind. Sagittarius is more philosophical. So spend some time thinking about and examining your belief system, faith, your big picture, your life purpose. That's the benefit of a retrograde, reassessing, reevaluating. Remember, you've got Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, all retrograde too. So you get this time to explore within to come out on the other side with wings. All right. So this Mercury retrograde, not a cakewalk. And especially it's in a fire sign. Mercury's retrograde in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is all about belief systems. He's retrograde in your third house of logic and facts. So there may be some clashing of belief systems and thoughts and conversations. Okay? For you, Libra, it's in your third. Keep that in mind. And you may be absorbing things. There may be a lot of people coming up from your past as well, especially siblings. You may be traveling to places that you used to love, or you go to all the time. So there are, again, benefits, but just know that this is it's you're gonna feel this week. All right. Underneath it all, though, remember Jupiter's trining Saturn. That's absolutely amazing. You're seeing glimmers of what's coming, right? In terms of career, if you're for career, fame, your reputation, your everyday activities, or something here that you're possibly getting a glimpse. Now, here's the other thing. You've got Mars fired up in Sagittarius. When I say you got things to say, you got things to say. But Mars, and things to do too. Remember, Mercury's movement as well. But Mercury is retrograde, and so are 3 other planets. So it does feel like this, kind of like a tug of war. It's almost like it's like you getting ready for the clubs, right? You're going out, you put your hair in a ponytail, all of that. But all your friends, they're still sitting on the sofa. They're watching Mork and Mindy, and you're like, oh wait, y'all, hello, DJ DJ PJ goes on, and 5 minutes is my favorite DJ, and they're like, yeah, give us a second. That's what this week might feel, because you feel amped up. You feel powerful. You're ready to go. But there's delays, there's surprises, there's disruptions, there's roadblocks. So go with the flow with the go. The quietest week sometimes can be loud. Try not to force anything, especially with anything that you really want to handle with care. All right? Especially relationships, especially conversations, businesses that you may be launching, all of that. All right? Things that you may be signing. It is the 3rd house. Be mindful. Mercury is retrograde. Okay? Read the fine print, but go within. All these planets are retrograde for a reason. It's all about your inner sanctuary. Okay? In order for you to move forward. So there's something that you're going to be learning this week. And if you are a cross watcher, if you do watch for your rising or your moon, or for your pet sitter, doesn't matter. Mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, will feel this Mercury retrograde the most. If you have any planets 2 to 7 degrees in your chart, okay, your natal chart, you will feel it the most. Now, the other thing is that you are probably going to be very social. We have a grand fire trine on Monday. We'll talk about it in the second spread, but you're definitely going to feel really, really social. And there may be something here with relationships and contracts. Now, Tuesday, November 11th, you see Jupiter's going retrograde in Cancer, 25 degrees. Now you got 5 planets retrograde. So when I talked about this in your monthly forecast, just know this is more about your personal spiritual growth, higher purpose, which requires self-belief, because Jupiter is faith. So there is a sense of self-nurturing here as well. All right? You can't be there for others if you're not there for yourself. So spend time thinking about you and your role in home and family, and especially career. You have Jupiter in Cancer in your 10th house of career. If you're for career, if not, your reputation, honors and achievements and social status and leadership, you're really going to go with it. You're going to be thinking about career a lot. All right? Spend time prioritizing you. Remember, Jupiter is joy. Yep. Focus on your personal abundance. What makes you feel fulfilled? Lean into this energy, especially with career and work. And again, 10th house is fame, like how you want to be seen for real. The other thing is, the reason why I really want you to lean into this energy is because you see on Wednesday, November 12th, Mercury will conjunct Mars. So in Sagittarius at 6 degrees. Now, we already had this aspect last month. You've already experienced it. You get it, right? There was probably some conversations about your values or money, maybe conversations that were heated or things that were on your mind, self-worth, all of that. Now, these planets are in a fire sign. Remember, Mercury weak in Sagittarius, okay? He can be a little lights on, nobody home. All right. But he's still Mercury, Hermes, right? The trickster. He's got a bag of tricks, and you're going to see them. because Mars is taking advantage of the fact that Mercury's in a weak state. And Mars, as you know, is just normally aggressive and assertive and determined and focused and has that drive. He's a god warrior. So he's not really the best role model here. And what's happening is making Mercury his bow. And Mars is the arrow. Okay? These are words. It's Mercury. It's communication. It's Mercury. This is happening in your third house of communication. You're going to have some things to say. You're going to have some things on your mind. And when you have Mars and Mercury conjunct in Sagittarius, fiery energy, where Mercury's weak, yeah, this is, Sagittarius is all about the truth, right? This is truth bombs that are blunt, unfiltered, deliberate, not even like sugar coated. It's like you're going to hear things or you're going to say things. It's like your boyfriend's like, oh yeah, I think I'm going to audition for The Voice. You're going to say, I think you need a little auto-tune. But you're going to say it loudly and you're just going to say it just, deadpan. Because that's how you feel. You're telling your truth. No filter, remember. So a lot of that's going to be happening on this day. No hiding nothing. Not even like little white lies or however you say it. And Mars conjunct Mercury in Sagittarius can be a little preachy. It can be manipulative. Be mindful of scams. Sagittarius rules like the courts, legal matters. There may be something here, FYI. But it is very manipulative energy too. Well, I did say that, right? It can be, there's that sneaky energy that I'm talking about. Okay? It's like, here's the thing. Don't forget you have Venus and Scorpio at the same time. Remember I said hidden matters, right? Secrets come to the surface. Well, Venus is basically like handing out like revelations. So just be very mindful. This day can be dramatic with a lot of truths. However, you can use Mercury conjunct Mars. It has a charge to it. You can use it for the greater good. You're going to feel this. It has an edge. And all it is getting your point across with compassion. Yeah. It's very statement making, but with like purpose. It's having healthy debates, healthy actions. It's in your third house. You're going to be saying things or writing things. But the third house is like the internet. It's social media. So if you did like, I don't know, like a Facebook post of something that was really, moving, Mars is going to make it viral. So you see how this can be used in a really good way. And remember, during your birthday season, actually right at the end of your birthday season, yeah, we had Mercury conjunct Mars and Scorpio. They traveled together for a while. So whatever happened around that time, this is part 2. Okay. And then Mercury, remember, is going direct in Sagittarius in December. That's going to be part 3. This is a 3-part story, three-part act, 3-act play. Ultimately what it is, it's the moral of your story. That's what it is. Okay. So remember, you're on a karmic journey. Mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces will feel this the most. I'm also throwing in Aries and Scorpio. If you have any planets 4 to 8 degrees in any of the mutable signs, you got this. What else do we got for you? Oh, and yeah, there's a lot of other stuff happening. We'll talk about the second spread, but you made it to Sunday, November 16th. The Sun in Scorpio, trine Jupiter in Cancer, 25 degrees. This only happens twice a year. This is rare. This is the luckiest day of the month. It's radiant. It's beautiful. It's gracious. It's kindness. It's your reward for making it through the week. Like I said, it's true enthusiasm here and comfort. And if you're going to feel this, expansion of your personal wealth, even what I said earlier, getting glimpses of your goals, like they're going to like manifest right before your eyes, getting a taste of your success that you deserve. Why? Because not only is that the luckiest day, remember, it's forming that grand water trine. It's insanely special with the sun, with Saturn and Pisces. So you will have, and it's happening now. Yeah. Rolling over into that Monday. So you will have the Sun trine Jupiter, Sun trine Saturn, and you already know Jupiter's trine Saturn. There's our pyramid. It's amazing because it's linking up. Well, this alone, that's your second house of income, finances, money, salary, and your 10th house of career. You throw in Saturn that builds that bridge. He's in your 6th house of work and everyday activities. There's something new and special forming for you. All right. So water signs obviously will feel it the most: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And if you have any planets in your chart in any of those signs, 23, I'm giving it a bigger orb here to 28 because the sun's going to continue to move. I'd say 23 to 28, you're going to really feel it. Okay. So let's get started, Libra. Let's see what is going on for you. Where'd you go? There you are. November 9th to the 16th. All right, Libra. I know. I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the camera. I'm literally doing this. I've been doing back to back all morning. It's Wednesday, November 5th. I'm trying to get these out here. It's 11:19. I'm trying to make 12 p.m. We'll see. We'll see. Libra, I do a traditional called a cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, you know I love y'all. Libra Nation, what? Give it up for Libra Nation. Listen, the other thing is, thank you so much for all your kind words and comments. It really means so much for it. Like, you have no idea. And if you want to know what happened, I'll leave that. I did a live stream. Yeah, I'll leave it of what happened to me last week. I'll leave it at the end of this video, the current energies live stream, but you'll see what I mean when I say sneaky energy. Anyway, let me see. Yeah, you're just gonna have things that you're gonna have a lot in your mind. All right, a lot that like the past too. Anyway, let's get started. Oh my God, I don't even know what to say. You're gonna get yeah. You're good. You're making this very, very easy for me. Thank you, Libra Nation. You got the Lovers. So what did I say about partnerships and relationships? Big, big, big time. Focus on it. Go deep. Go deep. You got Uranus in your 8th. Go deep. We're in Scorpio season. Scorpio rules 8th. Go deep. That's your second house. Self-worth, self-value, feeling good enough, having that confidence. You got the Lovers. I can't, wow. So once again, it is going to be a big theme for you. I did say we kick off the week with a grand fire trine that's happening with Ceres in Aries. Okay, that's your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. There's something here, but nurture yourself in a relationship. If you're seeking a relationship, you really want it. Remember, you got Venus in Scorpio. I told you, gonna get it, right? So whatever it is, it's your choice. It's your power. There's something really strong and special here where it's almost like you're making that decision on where are we going with this, or even if you're seeking a relationship, where do I put my energy? You got the star in the heart of your spread. Best week ever. Yeah, you're amazing. This is amazing. You're good. Everything's aligning for you. Everything's happening for you. The star is healing. It's wisdom. It's enlightenment. It's everything that you would think the star is the star's aligning for you. Okay? So I love what's happening here. And the star is actually attributed to Aquarius. So I love that you've gotten the Lovers, which is a Gemini, and then Aquarius. There's your BFFs. But you've got Pluto in Aquarius, right? And so that's really special. You're going to see Pluto do a couple more acts, next week. He did some last week, but Pluto in Aquarius is your 5th house of true love and romance. So there's something here that's happening. You see it. Remember those glimmers, everything, again, aligning for you in a really, really nice way. And how funny, with all this 8th house activity that you're going through, you see 8 stars here. They're all 8 pointed. Okay, they reference, by the way, card 17, 1 + 7 = 8. They reference the strength card. So this is inner courage. It's that going within. It's finding that, it's that heart energy, heart chakra that brings that self-worth and self-value and self-love. that makes all this happen. There's so much happening for you, all that growth. And anyway, Three of Pentacles in your challenge area, that may be the thing, okay? Remember, some things are going to be delayed if you're trying to launch something, if you are joining a new job or whatever it is. There may be some delays. There may be some things where you don't see eye to eye. Remember, you do have Mars and Mercury in your third. Communication can be a little bit off. You're rolling with it. You're rolling with it, all right? Just don't let anyone get your goat, all right? You're going to be fine. You got judgment in your crown. Profoundly spiritual week, first of all, but for you, yeah, you're definitely gonna have, this is just having an awakening. You've heard the blow of the trumpet. There's something here that it's almost like this gift of a second chance. You recognize something else that's possible. There's something here where you see something you needed to see, and you go for it with that Eight of Cups and the root of your spread. This is all about leaving something. Nothing's wrong with it. You just had that moment of clarity, the aha moment. You're like, yeah, something's better. And I'm going for it because I found that self-love, that empowerment. Red cloak for passion and power. Red boots as well. Look at him walking into higher ground under the moonlight. It's an eclipse happening. It's life-changing. You want this big life change. You have to move, right? It's you that has to walk away from something where you know deep down inside something is better for you. All right? And it might have to do with work, career. That's a big theme for you. But there's just something brewing here. And this can be like a work relationship too, career as well, if you're not here for love. But there's something here formulating that's going to make everything stabilized with a Knight of Pentacles in your future. All right? This is great. You've got a lot of growth here when you see what's happening. Even you see the water barrier pouring onto the land. There's that fertility that like everything's working, everything's growing, right? All around. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is the biggest field in tarot, right? You can plant as many seeds as you want. He's sitting there, the slowest knight for a reason. And that's what this week is with those retrogrades, okay? Slow and steady wins a race. He's very patient. He's diligent. He's sown his seeds. He's going to reap his rewards. You see the oak trees all the way in the back? Yeah. Look at his helmet. Look at a horse. The oak leaves. He's connected to his future. He's going to make sure that everything grows. Everything's growing. This is stability, financial stability. Even Pentacles, your physical realm. It can be a relationship. What's really interesting is a Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. And so there is a sense of like for you, it's like this calling that's happening. Virgo rules your 12th. And then you have that, judgment in your crown, which is amazing. I love this. You're good. Let's get to your stuff. Libra, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. Y'all, come on. What? I feel like you also have like a really great, anyway, let's don't. I can't even believe that just happened. Oh my, don't. Okay. High Priestess, listen, I literally just said like, we're going to have the moon in Virgo, like the latter half of the week. And the reason why that's important is because, it's going to start when Mars and Mercury conjunct. Yeah, and I told you that's a lot of mutable energy. It's Sagittarius, right? You throw in the moon in Virgo, mutable sign. There's something adaptable. You're adapting to something, okay? But you're also really processing things. And the moon in Virgo, like I said, your 12th, which is very spiritual. The 12th house is so nebulous. It's intuition. It feels really good. And then you have the High Priestess, the guardian of the subconscious. The 12th house is the subconscious. You're going to be going deep, like I said, even on a psychological level, with all this 8th house activity, but you're good. This is saying don't be afraid to go deep, to unroot anything you need to unroot. There's the strength. What'd I say? What are the chances? What are the chances? That's the title. That's your title this week. What are the chances? Anyway, actually, it might be strength, amazing, in your external factors area. Strength. It's what I say, inner courage. Inner courage. That's all you need. Okay, that builds that strength. And it's knowing, listen, courage, right? break that root, the word down, take it back to its etymological root. Core, K-O-R, right? Heart. Heart. That's where courage comes from. Heart. Core. Corazon, right? Heart. Heart-based living. This is amazing. It's a heartful. It just go within. Go within. This is synergy. Anything within you that, you know, when you're going through, remember you're doing shadow work this week. Working with that, taming it, right? You're good. Yeah, the 10 of Cups. Yeah, you're going to get there. That rainbow, the happy family, happy couple, all that enlightenment. And then you have the Ace of Swords and your final outcome. There's a big breakthrough, mental breakthrough too. And the Ace of Swords, if you're a cross watcher, has been coming out a lot. A lot of people are having breakthroughs. It's Uranus is rumble. You can use it. Remember, Uranus is all about breakthroughs. And this is amazing, that Ace of Swords, contracts, agreements. Remember, Mercury's retrograde, so read the fine print for anything. But absolutely amazing. Ace is bringing you this new journey. It's this new beginning. The Hand of Spirit. It's what you deserve, right? That's what you've been working for. There's something here where you're getting a lot of power. It's the biggest sword, okay, in the deck. With great power comes great responsibility. But wow, that's victory. That's success. Look at the crown, even like makeup energy too. If there's been not seeing eye to eye, there it is, right? You see the olive branch. Anyway, you're good. There's big ideas that have substance. There's so much here. This is a crazy spread. Like I don't even know what to say. You got all major arcana court cards. I think there's only two. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Well, that's still it's like I said, it's gonna be a significant week, but everything's aligning for you. You're good. What was the thing that I said? What was your title gonna be? What are the chances or something? Anyway, Libra Nation, yeah, stop it. Stop. Y'all crack me up. All right. Second spread. Yeah, we'll look at these lunations. By the way, Libra, the moon will be in your sign all weekend long. I know what you want. So let's, tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. We'll talk about it. Anyone's welcome to join. Really good and legendary members. We have a lot of fun. And remember, it's the other half. I just talked about the planets. We got to look at everything now. We're gonna look at the other half. And then we're gonna make it next week. Yes, you have that new moon in Scorpio in your second house of money and income, salary, finances, but also self-worth, material possessions. Seems like you're getting something. What are you getting? Whatever it is, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. And then and the grand water there's a lot happening. Libra, y'all are amazing. I'll see you next week. All right, thank you. Bye bye.